Yeah, hi all. Very good evening. So let's start the session. Okay. Taking forward from the last class, of course, last class we had just a conversation of clarifying all your doubts. So now, uh, today we are going to move into a bit of programming. So, um, let's start with some basics of Python so that you are comfortable. Okay. Now, before going any further, okay, I just wanted to install an ID. So, what is this ID? First of all, you may get the doubt that what is this ID or what it is like. So, actually, let's see this. Python.
Arjun, are you sharing any screen? Because screen is not visible.
No, I didn't started sharing the screen. I have to share it. Just a minute. One second. Okay. So the first thing I want to ask is, what is Python? What is Python from your prospects? So can someone tell me what is Python? Yeah, Python is not a snake. I'm talking about the related to that of computers. So what do you understand by Python? Anyone?
Yeah, it's such a language which firstly is open source. Secondly, is that is we can do, I mean, the concepts are in such a way that most of the things we can write it, and it is very easy to understand as well. Comparative to other languages, if you take it, it is very easy to understand if you have done any other programming language.
Okay. So according to you, Python is a language, right?
Yeah.
So how come this is different from the English?
I mean, language, we can't use it directly for computers, right? What computers understands also that language, I mean.
Yeah.
It is a
So,
programming language.
Yeah.
yes, it is a computer programming language. What exactly mean the computer programming language? So computer programming language is nothing but it is a means of communication between a human and the computer. Okay, so the computer programming language. Now, if a human wanted to communicate, for example, if just take it as he is a person. Now, let's take it, I'm the person. I want to communicate with all of you. Okay, 1 second, guys. Once again, guys, just give me a minute. Hello.
Yes, Srikanth, take your time.
Sorry for that, guys. If I'm the person over here, now I want to communicate with you all people, like over here. So, like when I want to communicate, usually I will use a language. Okay, we use a language. Now, this language is specially used to communicate between the human and the other humans, between the humans we will be doing it. Okay, in the same way, if I want to communicate, okay, with a computer, okay, now I will use a language called as computer programming language. This is nothing but a computer programming language. Okay, so now this Python is one of the computer programming languages. There are many out there, like there is Java, C, C++, all these things are there. But in this, the Python is the one among them, which is, as it is said that it is an open source and it is 100% free and very powerful and very easy to learn and all those things. Okay, so this is what is called as a computer programming language. Now, in a simple term, again, there will be a lot of definitions you will be finding. In a simple terminology, it is a means of communication between a human and the computers. Okay, it is the means of communication between human and the computers. This is called as a computer programming language. Sorry for that. Okay, I will write it down over here. Is the means of communication between human and computers. Clear? Now, how this is done? Now, let's take it as we, as now the first case I'm talking about. I'm speaking out over here, and you are able to understand the things. And when you speak it out, I can understand the things. So it is a mutual communication which is happening, which is called as a conversation is happening between the two parties. But how this happens over here? How we are going to have the communication with the computers? Okay, so the communication between the computers happens by passing the instructions. Okay, so this communication is done with by passing the instructions. Communication is done by passing instructions. Now, as a human, we are going to pass the instructions to the computers. Okay, we as a humans, we will pass the instructions to the computer, and computer will do the things as you pass it on. Clear? Now the million-dollar question is how you pass it on. See, as a human, between the humans, we can speak. But when you want to pass this, when you want to pass this information or instructions from the human to the computers, so how it will happen? This happens by, we will pass the instructions through an environment called as editor. Okay, this is nothing but called as editor. Okay, that editor is like, I will show you. Okay, instruction. Okay, this communication or instructions are passed through editor. Now, this editor is not like our normal notepad editor or a word editor. So this editor is powered by Python. So that is a reason why this editor is also called as IDE. This is nothing but integrated development environment. Okay, integrated development environment. So again, communication between the human and a computer is possible with the help of computer programming language. How this happens by passing the instructions, and these instructions are passed through IDE, that is integrated development environment. Now, there are many editors are there. Some of them very popular are like HR, okay, and Jupyter Notebook. And there is like VS Code, okay, and there is like Add. The many are there. Spider is there. There's so many are there. Collab is there. These all are comes under this category. Okay. Now, okay. Okay. Now, we are going to pass it on these are the editors. Now I will show you. For us, this would be the most important, and there is an alternate is there for this, an online version. We call it as Collab. So you can use it any of them. It is Jupyter Notebook online version is called as Collab, which is a Google product. Okay, so you can use any of them. Okay, they are same, they are very much same. Okay, so now we know what is the ID. So whatever you're going to write in this ID, we need to follow some rules. If you are not going to follow the rules, it will give some error called as syntax error. So whenever we write anything in this editor, we need to follow some rules. If we are not following these rules, then that triggers the error, which is called as syntax error. Now, usually these rules are referred as syntax. Okay, so whenever we write the code or whenever we write something in this editor, we need to follow some rules. These rules are called as syntax. Okay, I'm just putting on a word over here. That is nothing but syntax. Okay, that is syntax. And these syntax, if we violate these rules, then it will trigger us the syntax error. Okay, syntax error. Okay, now I will show you. But before that, now you got a basic understanding now. What is a Python? Python is a programming language. We can communicate with the computers. How you will communicate? By passing the instructions. And by these instructions are passed through an editor, which is called as IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment. And while writing this, whatever you want to write, we need to follow some rules. That is called as syntax. Okay, if violating these rules, so I'll put it as violating these rules. These rules results in syntax error. Okay, now this is a basic. Now let's see that how we can first install this. Okay, Jupyter Notebook, how we can install it. Again, there is two ways is there. One is a very lengthy process. That is, we are going to go through Anaconda. We are going to install the Anaconda, and Anaconda will have the Jupyter Notebook. That will take a lot of time for us. So what we will be doing is over here, we are going to install directly the Jupyter Notebook. Okay, now for how we will do it is, first you go to the command prompt. How you will go through this? In the search, you can type CMD. When you do that CMD, you will get it as command prompt. I know that most of you all know this. I'm just referring to the people who don't know this. So I will go to the command prompt over here. In the command prompt here, I'm going to put on a command. What is the command is pip install notebook. That's it. Pip install notebook. Now, what will happen is it will start installing the notebook. So I'm just taking this screenshot so that I can put it on. When you get these notes, then okay, I will put it from here like this. I'm putting down over here just like this. Okay, this is the command which you have to do it. Pip install notebook. Now I'm doing it over here. After writing, just type the enter. Okay, it's installing. It will take few minutes. Yeah, it's done. Few seconds it took it. It's done based on your internet speed and all those things. So now it is done. Now I want to open it. Okay. Now guys, anyone who is doing and it is taking some time, please stop me over there. So first we are going to write it pip install Jupyter Notebook, and then I enter. It will install the Jupyter Notebook and wait till you get the prompt again. Till you get the prompt. Once you get it, that means to say that your installation is done successfully. Now, what I'm going to do it is, I want to open up the Jupyter Notebook. So what I will do it is just give it as Jupyter Notebook. That's it. Just type Jupyter Notebook. Installation, pip install notebook. While opening that one, Jupyter Notebook. Okay, now I will take this screenshot. Again, it will be difficult for us to get it. I'll go over here. Take it down over here. This is an installation. Now I will, our installation is done and I'm opening it up. I'm just giving it. That's it. Yeah. It is opening. See, what happens is when you go with the other IDEs like Spider or PyCharm or VS Code, it has its own environment. The own software will be there. The software will be uploaded and it will be done. When it comes to Jupyter Notebook, it is not having its own interface. What it will do is like it will take the help of the browser, your default browser, whatever is there. In that, it will open. Okay. Now, I'm just going to the desktop. Here you can see the desktop over here. This is what the desktop means. That is not the desktop which is there, like whatever the desktop will be usually having, right? This desktop, it is shown. Okay, here. This one, when I click it, I will get desktop opened here. Okay, again, I'm showing it, guys. See, it will be coming down like this. Just click on this. Then you will be going, the desktop files will be open for you. Now, here, what I'll do it is, I want to create a folder, a new folder, altogether new folder, I want to create it. So what I'll do it is, I will just click on this. Okay. New, the right side here. Can you see the new? Click on this and go to the new folder down. Okay, just click on this and here you will get a new folder. Okay, now you can change the name. I'm just changing it. AI, Gen AI of, or I will put it on GS Gen AI of 7 a.m. Like this, I give it. So now I created the folder. You can check for the folder. Here is a folder I got. Okay, how I created? I went to new, and here I have the new folder. Click on the new folder. Then you will get a folder which will ask you to change the name. Just change the name as per your comfort. Whichever one you want to give it, you can give it. Now this will automatically, it will, whatever I created, because it's a part of desktop, so you can see it on the desktop also. Okay, now I'm opening this one, just click on this. There's nothing is there, just now we created, right? There's nothing is there. So here, as I said it, we need the editor where we can write the code. So here, what I do it is, I will click on new again, then take the first option, Python 3 IPY kernel. Okay, take the first option, Python 3 IPY kernel, just click on this. You got it. And of course, I got it over here and automatically it is opened over here. The same. Now, first thing what you do it is, just change the name. Okay, here you can put it on Python info. You can say it as Python info. Okay. Now I'm giving it rename. Again, I will show you. Just click on this untitled. Okay, and you will get it something like this. Keep the extension as it is. Don't change the extension. Keep the extension as it is. And here you can give it as Python underscore intro. That's it. Now I'm giving it as rename. Now you can see the changed over here name. This will be changed over here also in the folder. Clear? Now this is how it looked like. Now you can see this. This is my editor. This is nothing but a cell where we are going to write the code. Okay. Now I'm writing a very simple code. I'm writing it that print. I'm starting with the brackets and ending with the brackets. This is called as parenthesis. Okay. Print should be everything in the small letters. Okay. Everything in the small case. We will call it as small case because Python identifies upper letters differently and smaller letters differently. Okay, so you want to write it anything means write it in the small case. Okay, you can use it for your own purpose, the uppercase also, but Python commands, Python things will be in the lower case, that is the small lowercase, small letters. Okay, now print brackets. Within this, I want to pass a message. Now, when I'm passing a message, I will use the bracket, quotes. Inside these quotes, you can put down any message. I will say that, good evening, everyone. Okay, clear? Now observe it once again. Print is in all small case. We started with the parenthesis and ended with the parenthesis. That's the round brackets, what they call it as. Now, in the quotes, I use the double quotes and good evening, everyone. Okay, now I will run it. If you want to run it, just click on this run button. You see it over here, the run button over here, which is the arrow key, play button. So click on this. That's it. You will get it. Good evening, everyone. And you will get a cell on the new cell over here. Now, whatever you want to print, you can print it and immediately you will get the output over here like this. You will get the output. Okay. Now, let me do it one more thing. I will print it as, or let's do it something. I will give it as A is equals to 250 plus 40. Okay, now we know that what is this? This is 250 is a number, plus is addition, plus 40. 40 means it is adding 250 with 40. That is 290. This 290 is stored in A. Actually, A is called as a variable. I will explain you in just few minutes. I will explain you what is this A. A is nothing but a variable. Okay. Now I will run this. Now what happened is, now try to understand this point over here. Let me explain you. Okay. So what we have done it over here is, I'll take a screenshot of this instead of writing it again. Okay. I'm just putting down this one over here. So what is exactly happening is, this 250 is stored in a memory. It will be allocated with a memory. Plus 40 is allocated with a memory. Okay. 250 is allocated with a memory, 40 is allocated. We are going to do the addition. How much you will get it? 290. This 290 we will be storing in a, it is stored in a separate memory location. Okay. Now neither this one will change nor this one will change. Okay. If we are going to, this will be added and we are storing in a separate memory location. To this memory location, I am giving a name, that is A. Now this is nothing but that. This is addition. 290 is stored in a separate memory. And then we are giving a name to this memory location where that is A. This A, we call it as a variable. Okay, we call it as a variable. Now, in a simple terminology, variable is nothing but it is a name given to a memory location or which refers to a memory location. But in while explaining or while speaking, what we will see it is where the 250 plus 40 is stored in A. These are usually the terms what we use it, but it is not actually storing in A. It is the A is pointing out to the memory location where this addition is stored. Okay. Now again, you may get a doubt. Now the people must be from the different programming languages. So they may get a doubt that, okay, 250 is occupying a memory, 40 is occupying a memory. Why this 290 is not storing in any of them? Usually they will get a doubt. Or can you prove this? Can you prove this point? So yes, I can prove it. See, first thing is, as of now, you understood that the 250 and 40 is occupying two memories and we are adding it and the name given is called as A. This A is called as a variable. Okay. Now, this 290 is stored in a separate. How to prove it is, see, whenever a value is used, this value will occupy a memory. And that memory will have some address. You can give it some number over here like this. This is also have its own number like 2395062. I'm just giving random number. Now this one will be stored in a separate memory location, I'm saying. So this will be having its own number over here like this. Okay, so whenever a value is used that occupies memory, that memory as the address. Okay, this is the address. When we are adding, this addition is stored in a separate memory that will be having a separate address. Now, how to get the address? So address we can get it with ID function. ID function will be there. Okay, whenever you see something like this, the parenthesis, you can call it as a function. Okay, ID function. That is, if I want to get it this one, you can say it as ID of A. ID of A. Clear? If I want to get 290, I will use the A. Okay, and print A. Now, if I want to get the address, I will use the ID of A. Is it clear, guys? Any doubts till now?
Clear.
Yeah, what about others? Okay. Guys, try to be more interactive, because with that, I will get a clarity that whether you are getting the concepts or not. Okay. Now, what we are going to do it is, now I'm going to prove it, whatever the lecture I gave it till now. Here, this is mine. So we are added it. Okay. Now, this 290 is stored in a separate memory location, and A is the one which is pointing out to that. So if you want to see it, print A. Okay. Now you see it, you will get it. How to run it? Run this. Then you will get it. Now, first, because A is pointing out to the memory location 290, then I can use it if you want to see the address. Then I can use it ID of A. Usually you have to give it print ID, because ID of A, now let's take it over here. I'm keeping it over here. ID of A. I want to first print the ID and then I want to print the A. Now I'm running it. See, I got it. 290. I didn't get the address. Why means the role of the ID is to get the address. Okay, role of the ID is to get the address. It is not responsible to print it. That's it. Who is responsible to print it? Print function is responsible to print anything onto the output over here. This is called as output. This is a coding cell. So if you want to see that memory, print. And just this is, I'm giving an extra space so that you can see it very clearly, but it's not mandatory. Okay, you can just give it like this also without. Okay, now here two functions are working together. One is ID function getting the address, print function is printing the address. Now you see it. I got the address. This is the address. Okay, now you can check the address of 250. You can check the address of 40 also. See this? That will be different. That will be different, and that's the reason why I'm very confidently saying that this 290 is stored in a separate memory location. How you'll see that? Again, ID of 250. Because we didn't assign any variable to 250, so I am using directly the value. But I want to see that value means I can use it print of ID of 250. And you see that print ID of 40. Okay, now you see this. They are having a two different memory location.
Are you
This
sharing? Sorry, are you sharing something?
Sorry, what do you mean by that?
I mean, I'm not able to see your screen share.
No, it is already shared.
Yes.
Oh, is it?
Sure.
Okay.
Can you please log off and log in, please? You can check it out.
Sure.
Okay. Now, you can see this. So this is having a separate address, and this is having a separate address, and this we are adding, and 290 is stored in a separate address, separate memory location. Okay, so this A is usually referred as the name given to a memory location, we call it as a variable. Okay, now I will do it once again. Now, you know, like as we move forward, you will be very familiar. If I give it x is equals to, I will give it as maybe like India. So what is this is happening is India is allocated with a memory. That memory we gave a name called as X. Okay, X is a variable, India is a value. Okay, now I want to print India means I have to do the print X. Clear? So it is very clearly visible that now this is a variable and this is a value. Now always remember, variable will never be within the quotes. Okay, now value will be value. I'm talking about when I'm talking about the value means it can be a string or a number. Okay, I will tell you over here. Let's go into our here. Okay, I'm giving over here. Okay, I'm giving S is equals to, I will give it as 25.6. Okay, 25.6. Actually, what is happening over here? 25.6 is occupying a memory. To that memory, we are giving a name called as S. Now, which one is variable? Which one is value over here? Yes, guys?
Variable. S variable.
S is variable and 25.6 is a value. So what is exactly happening over here? 25.6 is occupying a memory and S is the one which is clear. Now, here you see, I'll go with one more. Let's finish it off once for all. I will give it as Z is equals to, I will give it as zebra. Now, what is the value and what is the variable? Yes, please.
Z is the variable, zebra is the value.
Yes. So, zebra is the value and this is the value. Okay, this is a variable. Okay, this is a variable. Hope it is clear, guys. So now, here, let's get into our coding environment. Here, when I'm giving it, Z is equals to, okay, I'll go to the next one. Z is equals to, I will give it as zebra. Okay, now I want to print the zebra. I will give it as print of Z. What you will get it? Output. What will be the output?
Syntax
Zebra.
error.
Z
Sorry?
Error.
is just G.
It's
Zebra.
not error. No, it is not
That-
error.
It's G.
Yes,
It prints
Z.
G.
G.
Yeah, it will be only Z will be given
It-
over. That is Z. Okay? Why? Because we are putting in the codes. This is considered as a value. Whatever you put it in the codes is considered as a value, which is called as string. Okay? Now let me do this. See, I will get it. If I want to get the zebra, then what you have to do it? Print Z without quotes. Without quotes, I have to give the Z. Now you do this, you will be getting zebra. Clear, guys? So this is how the values. Now, if it is a string value, we have to put it in the codes like this. If it is a numerical value, no need to put it in the codes. It's not mandatory to put it in the codes. If I give it a string, I have to give it like this. Okay. Now, this is a basic thing because the variables, we have to know it as we move forward. Very important. Now, next one is Data types. Data types. Okay, what is a data type? See, we can say it as data type is nothing but the type of data. Okay, I can say it as type of data. The type which we are using is the programmatics. So usually in a very, very broad view, when we are looking from a very broad view, the entire data is divided into 3 parts. Okay, I'm writing it over here. And 3 types, I can say it as 3 types. One will be a character type. Second one will be a numerical type, number type. And next one is, another is symbols. Whenever you take a data, it will be their characters, numerics, numbers. I will put it as numbers if you are getting confused. Numbers and, symbols. Okay, 3 of them. Characters, numbers, and symbols. Okay, now, usually in programming language, okay, that's perfect. Okay. In programming language, different symbols has different meaning. So usually we will not consider symbols as the data. So we will remove the data, say symbols from the data list. And here we will be having something like characters and numbers. Now, again, I'm not going with any specific language. In general, I'm speaking. In general, data will be in either characters or numbers. Okay. Now, if I show you, when I'm saying it like, just a minute, I will show you. I'm going with some data sets over here. Yeah, here is I'm having one data set. I will just close down this one. Okay. Just ignore this, whatever I'm doing it. We will do this one in the future, but as of now, you can ignore it, whatever I'm doing it over here. Okay. I'm doing it. See, what I'm doing is, here is the CSV file, okay, comma separated value file. Now, this file, I'm getting into my environment, programming environment. I'm just giving the address and file name. And here we are in the pandas. We didn't started the pandas. We didn't do anything. Just to show you the data, I'm doing this. pd.read_cs. Now I'm running it. You can see it. So here you can see it. How many rows are there? 150 rows are there, 6 columns. Okay, I explained you what is the rows and what are the columns in the tabular format. Now you can see this column. These are the columns. What data is there? Numerical data. You will take this one, and this one. What data is there? All are numerical. What about this one? This one is we are having a string type. This is characters, string type. So that's what I was saying it. In a data set, data will be either in the character format or in the number format. Okay. Now from the Python prospects, okay. First, let's see it from the Python prospects. Python data types. I will write it as Python data types. Now here you should understand one thing. First thing I want to let you know is that Python is not having anything like characters. We are having something called as strings. Okay, so Python data types are divided into two types. One is called as fundamental data type. Second one is called as sequential data type. Okay, fundamental data type and sequential. Under the fundamental data type, we are having something called as integers. Integers means numbers. Okay, it can be a positive number or a negative number. Like this, it can be a positive number or a negative number or zero. This is considered as an integer. So you can have it a positive number or a negative number or a zero. Okay. Now there is something called as float. Float in a sense, an integer with decimal point. Like for example, we are having 4056.3. This is an integer with decimal point, a positive number. Dot is called as decimal point. Now you can have it something like this, 78 minus 78.5. This is called as again a float, or it can be a negative or positive. Now 0.0 can also be there. Okay, this is again, there is one more is there called as complex. Now, we are not going to use this one extensively in the future. Just I'm giving the complex is nothing but it will have a real value, any value you can give it, real value plus imaginary value like 5G, like this. This 12 is considered as real and 5J is considered as imaginary. Okay, there is something called as Boolean. Actually, it is in all the programming language, we call it as Boolean, but in Python, we will call it as bool. Okay, this is nothing but Boolean. Okay, and here what this has is, it has only two values. One is true or false. Now, there is one more is called as string. Now, string is nothing but it is in general English, what we call it as a string. String is nothing but a group of characters, right? It is a group of characters is called a string. But in Python, what is a string means any value within the codes is called a string. Okay, like this, any value. Now I will give it as okay, 1 second. Okay, for example, I will take a value like apple. Apple within the codes is called as a string. Okay, now any value, I mean any value, even if there's a number like 36.4, okay, this number is actually float, right? Now here, when we put it inside the codes, this is considered as string. Okay, now if you have an integer, like for example, like 72. Now you want to keep this 72 within the codes, then it is considered as a string. Minus 72 also, it can be considered as a string. Okay, so any value within the quotes is considered as a string. Now the quotes can be, it can be a double quotes or it can be a single quotes. It can be a single quotes like this. Clear? So this is also a string and this is also a string. Okay, under fundamentals, we are having 4 type of data types. One is integer, one is float, complex, boolean, and string. Okay, now again, here, just now I told you, each and every value will occupy memory. And every memory which is occupied by a value has the address. Okay, it has the address. Clear? Now this address, how we can get it? We can get it with the ID function like this. And if you want to print anything onto the screen, we are having a print function like this. Okay. Now, if you want to get the data type, now this is integer, this is float, this is complex, this is boolean. I want to get the data type. Then we are having a function called as type function. Now again, as ID function is responsible to get the address, it is not responsible to print it. So what we did it, print ID we did it. In the same way, type function is responsible to get the data type. If you want to print it, you have to use with combination of print type of. Okay, like this we'll be doing it. Okay, we are going to do them right now. Just give me. And there is something called as sequential data types. These data types are also called as compound data types or collection data types. Sequential or collection or compound. Anything you can call it. So let's make it 2 of them. That's enough. Collection data type. Now, under this, we are having list. There is tuple, set, dictionary. Okay, list, tuple, set, dictionary. Okay, now like this is fundamental data type. This is sequential. Now, what is the example of the list? See, first thing is fundamental data type means you should get to your mind that it can hold a single value. It can hold a single value over here. Just let me put it on. And this can hold multiple heterogeneous values. What do you mean by that is, I will tell you. Like first, there is a term called as homogeneous. Homogeneous means same data type. Okay, same data type means if you are using integer, all of them should be integer. And float means all of them should be float like this. Okay, I'm giving it over here. Now I will give it as maybe 45 and 69 and 12 and like 5, 51 or something like this. Now here there are 4 values are there, but as you can see it as a single value also. So what we will do it is we will separate them with a comma. Here like this. Then you will get it 4 values. 4 are of what data type? All are integer data type. When they are of 4 are of integer data types, that is same data type, then it is called as homogeneous. Now, what is a heterogeneous? Heterogeneous means different data type. Means different data type. Means it looks like this. Okay. Now I will give it as a string first. Now you know what is a string. Now I will give it as, let's take it as kiwi. It is a string within the quotes. Okay. Now I will take a float like 93.2. Then I will have one more string. This time I will give it within the single quotes. I'm just making you getting used to that single quotes and double quotes. So single quotes, and I'm giving it as, let's take it as mango. Okay. Now then I will use it a comma. Then I will use it a 34. It is an integer. So there are three types of data types are there. One is a string, one is a float, and other one is an integer. The two strings are there, one float and one integer. They are different types, right? This is called as heterogeneous. And if you take this, okay, this heterogeneous values, if you enclose them within the square brackets, it is called as, sorry. I'll put it on over here. Okay, within the square brackets, it is called as a list. Okay, it is called as a list. Now, if I use the same heterogeneous values and I will put it inside the parenthesis, let's take it, I'm putting within the parenthesis like this. This is called as a tuple. Again, tuple or tuple, whatever you can call it. So it is a tuple. Now, if you are using the same heterogeneous values inside the braces, we call it as a set like this. Okay. If you are using the square brackets, we call it as a list. If you are using the parenthesis, round brackets, we call it as a tuple. And set means we are using the braces. Again, this is not the only difference. There are some functionality differences also there. As we move forward, I will show. Now, here, what is a dictionary then? Dictionary is nothing but it will have the key value pair. Okay. It will be having some key value pair. That is, it is also starts with the braces. Now, if you observe this, it is having only values. Kiwi is a value. 93.2 is a value. Mango is also a value. And 34 is a value. How many values are there? 4 values are there. Right? This is also values holding. This is also values it is holding. But what happens in the dictionary means it will hold a value which is associated with a key. Okay? Or a key is connected or mapped with a value. For example, I will give it over here. I'm giving key is equals to A. Now I will use I will get a value to this. Now, how you will map it? You will give a colon and then you will get it here, maybe apple. This is one, this is key, A is key, apple is a value. Okay. Now, this is called as key value pair. A is mapped to a value called as apple. Key A is mapped to a value called as apple. Now you can have it one more. Now, but this key value pair, which we are calling, they should be separated by the comma. Now I'm giving it one more over here. Let's take it S. Okay. And I'm giving it over here like sky. Okay. Now A is a key. Value associated to A is apple. And S is a key. Value associated to the S is sky. Now you can have it in numerical keys also over here, like this. I will say 5. If it is a numerical key, you don't need to give it within the quotes. So I will give it as 5. Okay, like this you will be doing. Clear? So we are having 3 key value pairs. What is that? A, apple, S is a key, sky is a value, and 5 is a key and 5 is a value. Okay, this is the way you will be having. Now look at the difference. This is holding only values and this is holding the key value pair. These are all keys, these are all values. Is it clear, guys? Any doubts? Please let me know if you face anything you're not understanding. Please stop me. I can repeat it because in a very initial phase we are, so that I can help you out. So in Python, the data types will be of 2 types. One is the fundamental. Fundamental means which holds the single value. And when it comes to the sequential, it holds the multiple heterogeneous values. Okay. Now these multiple heterogeneous values are like this. Okay. Now let me show you these things. Let me execute them and I will show you. Okay. Now ignore this one. Hope you got the point. Just I want to remove this one. Okay. Now let's take it. I will put it a title over here as data types. Okay. Now this is a coding environment. Okay. We want to write it. We will write it. I want to write a header like now. I will show you. So just click on this one cell. Go to this code. You see it, the code. There is a down arrow. Click on this. Go to the markdown. Okay. I will show you once again. This is where we were writing the code. Okay. Click inside that cell. Go to this code. Okay. And go to the down arrow. And here you have the markdown. Okay. Click on the markdown. Then you can see it. Previously, I was having a square bracket that is not there. Now, if you want to put it a header, you can do it. Like, for example, I want to give it as data types. Now, again, you do the same thing, run. Now, again, what is so special? You may see it. Now, I am clicking on that. Now, I want to make it bold, a bit bold or a bit bigger. Then I can use it a triple hash. Now, when I give it a triple hash, I will be getting it. Now, if I use it like 2 hash, now it will be bigger than this. If you use the 1 hash, that will be even bigger. Okay, how you will get it? Click on the cell, go to this one, click down, and you will get it marked down. Okay, there's a shortcut key is there. As we move forward, I will let you know. I don't want to confuse you right now. So I give it over here, integer. Now, what is an integer according to us? It can be a positive value or a negative value or 0. And now let me do it. I will take it A is equals to, I will take it as 62, 63. Okay. I will print over here A. Okay. Now I want to get the data type. As I told you, if you want to get the data type, we use the type. Okay. So I will give it as type of A. Okay. And better you print it. Here you print it. And if you want to execute this one, the shortcut key is Shift Enter. Or you can click on this. Or what you can do it, Shift Enter. This and the Shift Enter is same. You will see this. I'm doing the Shift Enter. Now you got a 63. What's the data type? Class int. It's an integer, right? A positive number is nothing but an integer. Now let's take it a negative number. B is equal equals to minus 45. Print B, print type of. Okay, you will be getting it as this is also integer. Now let's go with the float. Now I want to turn it on this one to a markdown comment. I will give it as 3. I will give it as float. Here is a float. Now I will put it on over here. X is equals to and 31.6. Now I want to print it over here. Print X. Okay. Print type of X. And get the address also. How to get the address? Print ID of X. So again, try to remember this, guys. Once you are using a value, this value will occupy memory. Got it? And to that value, that memory, we are giving a name. So this memory will have the address. That is what we are having. 1.6 class float this. Okay. Now y is equals to, you can take a negative number also, minus 57.2 over here like this. Print y, print type of y, close it, print ID of y. Here. Okay. Now this is the way we will be using the float. I told you there is something called as complex. Again, I will convert this one. Let's how the complex number will be. It is a combination of real value and imaginary value. I can give it like 23 plus 6G. Okay, 23 is a real value, 6 is an imaginary value. I can print C and print type of C. Like this. Okay, and we can get it like even the address. How to get it? ID of C. Okay, now you see it. Now suppose if I am not giving this one, what I got it? Syntax error. I told you, right? Syntax is nothing but the rules we follow while writing the code. If you are violating the rules, you will get an error called as syntax error. Okay? You can see. Now, again, there is one more called as Boolean. We call it as bool. This is nothing but Boolean. Okay. Now, I'll give it as like M is equal or B is equals or M. Let's do it. M is equals to true. True without quotes. True T capital without quotes. If you are putting within the quotes, this will become a string. Remember that. So if you are the true should be out of the quotes. T should be caps. Now I will print M and then I will give it as print type of M. Okay, let me run it. You will get it as a bool. Can you see it? Bool. Okay, and you will have the false also. Only two values are there. I'm giving n is equals to false. Okay, print n, print type of n. Okay, now again, I just want to show you this. If I run this one, shift enter, I'm getting it as bool. Now, if I put it this one within the quotes over here like this, then it is false. It is a string. Have you seen the difference? Previously, I was getting bool. Now I'm getting it as a string. Why? Because I put down the false within the quotes. Okay, this is the way it will be done. This is bool. Okay, so and there is a string type. String. Okay. I will do it as S is equals to, within the quotes, I'm giving it as laptop. Print S, print type of S. Okay, and you can use the ID of S also. Now, one more thing, guys. You must have observed it right. Here for integer, I didn't give it the ID. For the float, I gave the ID. For complex, I gave the ID. For Boolean, I didn't. There's no rule like that. I'm randomly giving, and you can give the ID over here also. Print ID of M. There's no such rule that you can give the ID anywhere, wherever you are using whenever you are printing the variable, there you can use the ID. Here also, you can give the ID over here. See, I'm giving an ID. So there's don't be in a confusion that some places I'm giving it and some places I'm not giving it. It's not like that. Okay. It is a string. Can you see it over here? Now, what is the string according to us? Again, remember this term. Any value within the quotes is considered as a string. Any value within the quotes is considered as a string. Now, here you can see it. S1 I'm taking. This variable is given as S. Now I'm giving S1. You can do it like this, okay, with a alphabet with combination of numbers. Okay, here I will give it as 32.5. This is a float actually. If you do it, print S1, print type of S1. Okay, it is nothing but a float. It is nothing but a float. Now what you can do it is, you can what you can do it is, you can put it in the code like this. I will put it in the single quotes or double quotes, anything is fine. Okay, triple quotes also we can use it. Now you can see it, it is a string. Even though it is a number, but once we put it in the quotes, it turned out to be a string. Okay, now you can take it like this. S2 is equals to, now I'm giving an integer inside this. 74 is an integer within the quotes. But when I'm giving it within the quotes, print type of S2. Okay, like this. Okay. So this is the way we can deal with our fundamental data types. Okay. Now I will just take a screenshot. This is all is integers. Here, I will put it on. In the notes, I will put it on over here. This is an integer and this is a float. And this is a complex. This is the Boolean.
Sir, in real time, are we using complex data type in any project? Can you
No,
provide?
no. Usually in the real time, where exactly we will be using the complex data type is whenever we are doing the research work, whenever we are adding a small value or any alteration in the algorithms, there we will be using it. Okay. In general building up the model, all those things, we will not use a complex. That's why I said it is not so important for us.
And what about that memory? Like for example, via ID we are checking memory. So in real time, are we using these?
Yeah, it is required for us. We will be using that a lot in the future. ID and the type, everything we will be using it in the future as per just to know it. Okay. So this is about our fundamental data types, guys. Now, there are sequential data types. We are going to complete that sequential data types in our next class. As of now, I will stop the class. And again, I'm saying it, guys, today will be the last class of the demo. And the next class will be on Monday. And we are going to go with the indexing, slicing, and whatever the required things are there for loop and all those things, we are going to do it for next at least 3 to 4 classes. We will be doing with the Python only. Then afterwards, we will jump into NumPy. Once you enter into the NumPy, there won't be anything new for you. You will be very comfortably, you can accommodate yourself with the. And as I told you, apart from this, whatever is required, I'm going to do it. And as we move forward, I will explain you very detailedly if a new concept comes. But in the future, maybe after getting you are getting the videos and you are not able to get any concept, you're most you are welcome to let me know. I will try to take a special class on that particular topic so that you can understand it. Okay. So any queries you have it, please? Any queries, please?
So Arjun, what is the duration of the course?
As I told, like duration officially is 100 days, but it may go up to 120 days. That is nothing but 4 months.
Okay, sorry, I was not aware of that. Today is my first demo class.
Okay, I'm really sorry. I don't know about that. But it will be like 100 days. Officially, it is 100 days, but we will be definitely, I will extend it because there are some concepts which I have to give it. So then I will definitely extend it. So when I'm extending it, it may go up to at least minimum 15-20 days extra, as we have to do the capstone projects and all those things, multiple stuff. So then I require some extra. So it may go to 4 months. Okay, any more?
Since already you have started with the Python, so are you going to restart from actual session from tomorrow, or you are going to continue from here?
No, we started with the Python. Python is today first class.
Okay.
This is the first class of the Python. Okay. And
Yeah, okay.
as we move forward, Like from here on, I will take it. Now I gave the basic stuff. Tomorrow, or that is next class, that is on Monday, I will repeat all these things. And until you are comfortable, I will go a bit slowly. And then once you are comfortable with this, at least like 1 week or 3-4 days, I will take it. And like once you are comfortable with this, then we will jump into the NumPy. From there, we are directly seeing we will be heading towards the AI.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any more?
Hi, Arjun. This is Indira. Can you hear me?
Yes, Indira, it's pretty clear.
What, like, if I join now, like, would you be able to give me the demo sessions, like last 2 demo sessions? I did not attend it.
Yeah, you can get it.
Recording session.
Recording sessions, you will get it, no problem. All the recordings, you will be getting it.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Arjun.
Okay. Any more?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, the same installation doesn't apply to Linux, Ubuntu.
Sorry, is you? Can you please repeat it?
The installation, the one you did on Windows,
Okay.
does it apply to Ubuntu as well, Linux?
Yeah, a slight difference will be there.
Okay.
You go to the official website over here. I will show you. Go to the official website like I don't remember the site. Just a minute. Jupyter Notebook download. Okay, now you see this. This is the Jupyter Notebook official site. Just click on this. You can get it. This is what I told you. This is Jupyter Lab and this is a Jupyter Notebook. These two are same. Lab is a bit different. Now this is what I told you. Install Notebook and here it is. So for Linux, the command will be slightly different, I think so. You can go to this and you can find it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Mac, for Ubuntu, for Windows, everything you can see it over here.
Thank you.
Okay. Any more, please? Any more queries? See, the way we are going, this will be the pace. We will be moving on. And whatever I do it, I want you to do it simultaneously. Again, I strongly recommend if you feel like there is something you are not getting, please stop me. Please stop me there and there itself. Okay, I will repeat that concept. Don't think that what the other people think, because that doesn't work over here. You know, if you have the doubts, you have to speak it out. And I'm not seeing your face, so that I can't read your face and I can't stop or I can't do it. If it is an in-person, at least I can look at your face and I can understand that you didn't get it and I can repeat the concept. But in this case, online, until unless you come out and speak out, I can't do anything. Okay? So this is the way we will be doing it. So please let me know if you have any queries. I will do it. And today will be this will be our last demo. And from Monday, we are going to stop our regular this demo classes. And from Monday, it will be altogether a different link. Okay. Chalo guys, I'm stopping it over here. Then, is there any queries?
Timing will be the same, is it? Timing.
Timing is same.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
It will be the same. There won't be any change.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. Let's meet on Monday to take the things forward. Thank you. And
Thank
please, if someone is not registered, please register for this. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Arjun.
Thank you.
Okay.